In our times of celebration as well as in our times of conflict, we need to know who is on our right and on our left and who we are vitally connected to. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of Bamidbar, and we are today in chapter number 2, beginning with verse 1 of Bamidbar, or Numbers. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, the children of Israel are to camp, each one by his own banner, beside the sign of his father's house. Let them camp around the tent of appointment at a distance. Verse 3 says, and on the east side toward the sunrise of the banner of the camp of Yehudah. And they are coupled with Issachar and with Zebulun. Then we come down to verse number 10. On the south side, the banner of the camp of Reuben. And along with him is Shimon, and also with him then is Gad. If we go over to verse number 18, on the west side, the banner of the camp of Ephraim. And with him we find then that there is Manasseh and also Benjamin. And finally, we go over to verse number 24, not 24, 25. And on the north side, the banner is the camp of Dan. And along with Dan, then we find Asher as well as Naphtali. So each tribe had a compass setting direction in which they were to camp and align themselves. On the east, we find Yehudah, Issachar, and Zebulun. We might put their names together and come up with a phrase. It would say, praise rewards the dwelling. It just so happens that the entrance to the tabernacle courtyard was through a gate there on the east side. And so that praise that you enter into, it rewards the dwelling, or it's worthy of that dwelling. On the south, we find Reuben, Shimon, and Gad seeing and hearing a troop. On the west is Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin. Fruitful is Ephraim, causing to forget Manasseh, the son of my right hand, Benjamin. So fruitful and causing to forget is the son of my right hand. To the north, Dan, Asher, and Naphtali. Judgment and happy and wrestling. What? Judgment makes us happy, even in times of wrestling. Interesting correlations. It's not doctrinal that we're describing here. It's just an interesting play on the names and how that they are aligned. So Yah is the one who chose how to align the camp. Previously, as we go back in the book of Exodus, or Shemot chapter 19, we find that in verse 2, it says that they camped, and it's v'yachanu, and it's plural. It suggests that they camped in a sporadic fashion. Here's my spot, where's yours? Then it says that they camped again. This time it is singular, v'yachan. Maybe they camped as one man. They had to realize everybody can't just find their own preferential place. We need to figure this out. You go to a state campground, if you have an RV or camping trailer, a tent, and you call, they assign you a place. Rarely do you ever go into a place, well, just go grab the first one thing you find available. You might have a fist fight before you can figure that out. We want our spots. We want to know where we belong. It is important that you know where you belong. There are those that I have encountered over the last many years where they struggle to find that place. They were in one setting, one congregation. It was an ill fit. And it's not that necessarily anything was wrong with the person or with the congregation. They just didn't have congruent personalities and focus and so forth. God moves us. He situates us. He puts us where we're supposed to be. But we have to be willing then to assign importance to that. Well, I live here, I work here, and so I want to attend somewhere close by. That's not always a convenient opportunity. Among those who congregate with us at House of David, we have some that travel from the south about an hour and a half one way, some that travel from the north about that much, and even some who travel further, some 2 hours one way, just to come and congregate. Why would they do that? Well, there are multiple reasons. We have covenant relationship with one another. We have a sense of community that is strong. Yah would direct them to do as much. But we must never forget the sacrifice and the endeavor that they put forth just to come and to be together. That's important. But when you find your place, when you find where you belong, it's not enough just to be in the room. Who is it that I partner with? I had a wise teacher in high school, my senior year, Mrs. Hairston. I wish I could have a conversation with this lady now. She taught something just off the cuff on one particular afternoon. I can still see where she was standing in the classroom. I can still hear the tone of her voice. And she lightly corrected, not necessarily reprimanded, but corrected the class. This is high school seniors now. And she said, you people tend to call everyone you know your friend. You do not have that many friends. Most of the people that you know are your acquaintances. Those who are your friends, that's a very small number. And so while we congregate together, while we are linked even over the internet together, maybe you're among those, you don't have a congregation you can be a part of. It's impossible, or it's just not available for you to connect with a group anywhere in your community. But your community is digital. It is online. And from that, you need to know who Yah says, I need you to connect with this one. In those settings, there are acquaintances, and they're important. You need them. But then there are those partners, those that are right up under your right and left-hand side. You have a closer relationship with them. And it's not that you don't like or love anyone else. It's just, I need this person because they're important to me. They understand me. They can hear me. They can discern me. They can reprove me, and I hear that. Yah arranged these tribes because they fit together. For example, Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin were all from Rachel, or they were the grandchildren and the son of Rachel. So there was a bloodline or a familial connection there, and they wanted to be together. That's important to understand. It's not only who am I connected to, but why. Further, we understand then that these chief tribes on the four sides, Yehuda symbolized by a lion, Reuben symbolized by a man, Ephraim symbolized by an ox, and Dan symbolized by an eagle. A lion, a man, an ox, and an eagle. Go to Ezekiel chapter 1, and you will see that the cherubim, those messenger-style beings who make up the very throne of the Most High, they had 4 faces each, a lion, a man, an ox, and an eagle. So when the banners were flying from the chief tribes on all 4 sides, it was the faces of the cherubim. Yah indeed did reside on the praises of or is enthroned upon the praises of all Israel. It's important to understand that we are not just physically connected, but we are spiritually connected, and vitally so. I thank you that you partner and connect with me, and that while we're not physically connected, maybe we can be spiritually connected. Thank you for your support and for offering me an opportunity to support you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.